Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning. We are from group 9. Today we will present problem-based learning statistics. We have 4 group members. Firstly is me, Muhammad HAFIZUDDIN bin Muhammad SOFRI. Number matric AA23602 is the first presenter, and second presenter is Muhammad HARIZ bin Muhammad JEFRY, and the third presenter Tuan Muhammad Farhan bin Tuan ZAINUDIN, and the last presenter IRFAN bin GHAFFAR. Okay, for the introduction, each group is required to set up an experiment as shown in figure 1. The experiment aims to investigate the motion of a toy car on a ramp, which to study the relationship between distance travelled by car in centimeter and height of ramp in centimeter. Each group is free to decide the first head of the ramp and ramp length. Please state the value of ramp length that will be used in report. Students are advised not to use the same value of data independent variable among group. Please ensure the increment of ramp height is consistent with 10 data. For the first head, place the car at the top of the ramp, let it go and then record the distance it travels from the bottom of the ramp to where it stops. Repeat this twice more, then increase the height. Keep doing this until reach the maximum height. Calculate the mean distance travelled by toy a car for each height and put it in table 1. Note that all students are required to record the video while conducting the experiment and recording the dependent variable data for the data validation. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad HARIZ bin Muhammad JEFRY. My number matric is AA190103. Okay, today I want to present about the pillar table. Okay, I will start. Okay, the experiment aims to investigate the motion of the toy car on the ramp, which to study the relationship between distance travelled by car cm and height of ramp cm. Each group is free to decide the first height of the ramp and ramp length. For the first height, place the car at the top of the ramp, let it go and then record the distance it travels from the bottom of the ramp to where it stops. Repeat this twice more, then increase the height. Keep doing this until reach the maximum height and calculate the mean distance travelled by toy car for each height and put in table 1. Okay, for the first is decide the first height of the ramp and ramp length, and second is the first height. Place the car at the top of the ramp and then record the distance it travels from bottom of the ramp to where it stops. For the third is repeat this twice more, then increase the height. Keep doing this until reach the maximum height. And the last one is calculate the mean distance travelled by the toy car for its height and put in table 1. Okay, for the table 1 is first column is fact. Number 1 is how does the height of the ramp affect the distance of the car travel. And the last one is what is the maximum of the height of the ramp that can be recorded in this experiment. Okay, for the second column is ideas. The first one is we need to manipulate and change the height of the ramp. Second is we need to record the height of the ramp and the distance that the car travel. And the third one is record the process 3 times and calculate the mean each height. For the last one is make sure the length of the ramp and the mass of the car is the same. For the learning issue is how to use graphical method and how to calculate the coefficient of discrimination. Next, how to use least square method and how to graph in Excel. For the resource we need is the first one, course internet, and number 2 from book or module, and the last one is from YouTube. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Hello and good. Hello everyone, my name is Tuan Muhammad Farhan bin Tuan ZAINUDIN, and now I'll be continuing for the presentation problem and solution. Okay, the experiment aims to investigate the motion of a toy car on a ramp, which to study the relationship between distance traveled by car and height of ramp. Each group is free to decide the first height of the ramp and the ramp length. For the first height, place the car at the top of the ramp, let it go, and then record the distance it traveled from the bottom of the ramp to where it stopped. Repeat this twice more, then increase the height. Keep doing this until it reaches the maximum height. Calculate the mean distance traveled by toy car for each height and put it in table 1. Firstly, decide the first height of the ramp and ramp length. The first height, place the car at the top of the ramp and then record the distance it travels from bottom of the ramp to where it stopped. Repeat this twice more, then increase the height. Keep doing this until it reaches the maximum height. Calculate the mean distance traveled by the toy car for each height and put it in the table 1. Okay, for the question 1, draw the scatter diagram of the mean measured distance traveled by the toy car versus the height of the ramp. As you can see, this is the scatter diagram, and for the x-axis it is the height, and for the y-axis it is the length. Okay, for the question 2, does the scatter diagram exhibit a linear relationship between two variables? Please write the integration of that diagram. The answer is yes. As we can see, the scatter diagram exhibits a linear relationship between two variables. Based on the diagram from solution 1, we can see that the relationship between the two variables is a strong linear relationship. This is because y increase as x increase. And for the question 3, calculate the linear correlationship coefficient for the data. Interpret the given answer. Firstly, create the table, and as you can see, we have by this table we can have the sum x, the sum y, sum of x power of 2, sum of y power of 2, and sum of xy. For the sum x, we get 79.7, and for the sum y, we get 1557, and for the sum x power of 2, we get 737.07, and the sum of y power of 2, we get 263,357, and for the sum xy, we get 13,689.2. And for the formula, we need to use SSY with sum y2 minus sum y power of 2 divided by n, and we get SSY is 20,932.1, and then we need to find the SSXX. That is the formula of sum x power of 2 minus sum x to the power of 2 divided by n, and we will get 100.861, and then we need to find the SXY, that is sum of xy minus sum of x, sum of y divided by n, and we will get 1279.91. And then for the question 4, find the least square regression line. Sketch the line. Firstly, b1 SSXY divided by SXXX, and we will get 12.679. And for the BO, with the formula y minus b1x, we will get 54.648. So y is equal to 54.648 plus 12.679x. Question 5. Predict the value of the mean measured distance traveled by toy car when the height of ramp is 200 cm. And the answer is, we change the x into 200 and we will get 2590.448. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, hi and Assalamualaikum. So my name is AMIR IRFAN bin GHAFFAR with number matric of AA190457. I repeat, my name is AMIR IRFAN bin GHAFFAR with number matric of AA190457. Okay, so I'm going to continue our group presentation. For the last topic that we're gonna talk about is the conclusion. Okay, so the conclusion of this project is I had two DAE experiments using the car toy that I bought from the DIY, and I'm doing the experiment using the head of the ramps. I increase the head and we look if the distance is going to go long or what the project will be do. Okay, so the result is like my friend said before, and the conclusion is the based on the experiment when the head of the ramp is increased, so the distance of the length of the car will travel will also increase in the long direction. So this is because the head of the ramp is increased. There will be also the velocity of the wheel also will increase, those manipulate the distance of the car that move beyond the ramp. So this is the relationship of the between those two variables, in which mean that the distance traveled by the toy car vary in the head of the ramp. So it's two variables that connect each other. If the head is increased, so the distance also increase. Okay, so if the velocity is increased, the distance also will be increased, like our friend have proved before. Okay, so I think that's all for our presentation. Thank you very much and see you next time. Thank you. Terima kasih.